In the past few years, I've seen an influx of people from outside of Norristown suddenly realizing that this is a wonderful place to live, and they're bringing their families here, and they're getting involved immediately in politics, in the arts, in the social scene, and just in different aspects of Norristown that speak to their passions.
We have Main Street America down the street from where I live, so I get to be with the butcher and the grocer, and the baker is someone I know. And it's really exciting to be able to live in a place where people who own the business are also the ones who work it.
I'm noticing a general overall sprucing up of the town.
You can see it on the sidewalks, how nice it looks to just take a walk down West Marshall Street or Main Street.
I've been in Norristown all my life, 28 years.
I decided to stay in Norristown because I had a very good experience growing up on Cherry Street.
We live over in the West End neighborhood.
I grew up on the 1600 block of Willow Street.
I live in Norristown. It's Norristown.
It's a few minutes away from where all the businesses are.
It's quiet over there.
I'm so happy to live there. It's too quiet and all the neighbors are polite.
The neighbors are very kind to one another.
I love coming into downtown and seeing people walking the street and chatting. I now live in King of Prussia. I don't get that same experience.
When I go to other restaurants in Norristown, it's like a family feeling. You go in and they remember you.
The feel I get in Norristown is somewhere in between a big city and a small town.
Very few places in Philadelphia have what Norristown has.
One of the great things about Norristown is this urban city feel.
It's a small metropolis.
It feels very much like Philadelphia.
Its scale of nearly 40,000 is unique.
And yet it's small enough to maintain that small town feeling where everybody does know everybody else.
I grew up in the suburbs. At heart, I'm a city guy, and I think the Norristown area really helps bring those two lives together for me.
There's wonderful restaurants here.
You can walk down and get your favorite slice of pizza or your favorite taco, and you know where those places are. And yet there's still some little corners of the city where you can investigate and explore and find some neat new things.
I'm the type of person that eats out regular, so if it's not Via Venitos, Mom Venezia's, Papa Guido's.
West Marshall Street is so full of Mexican restaurants.
There's a place that does tacos like they do in Mexico itself. I think it's called El Rincón.
There's great Italian places in Norristown. There's great Caribbean places in Norristown.
My favorite eatery in town is probably my grandma's kitchen.
My favorite restaurant in town is La Michoacana Taqueria.
La Michoacana on Main Street.
Zachary's Barbecue. I really, really love Just Jerk. They just moved into town not too long ago, but they have the most amazing Caribbean food.
I also like Eve's because you can't be a Norristonian without eating Zeps.
If you haven't found a place to eat that you like, you haven't looked hard enough.
It was important to be in a place that felt like it had energy and vibrancy.
Norristown to me is kind of like a little mecca. It's very similar to Philadelphia in the fact that it has that much diversity.
A very diverse groups of people live in Norristown.
You can be immersed in culture. You can be immersed in the old Norristown. You can be immersed in like a new urban civilization. It's just so much diversity in such a small place.
A beautiful cross mixture of cultures.
Norristown is a little town but has a big population of different cultures.
And that plays out in food, in entertainment.
You can be on Marshall Street and feel like you are in the middle of Havana, or you can be on Main Street and feel like you're in the city picking up some fine jewelry or something like that.
There's a lot of people, a lot of different backgrounds here. There's Mexican, Italian, German.
Singles, families, couples, married.
You name it, they're here.
There's a vibrancy to that.
You can see the influence of all these cultures, and what's more positive than that.
I was pleasantly surprised to discover that the people here are devoted to their community.
It has a true community spirit. There's a lot of pride in this community from the people that live here.
This is a really close-knit community where you have that small town feeling.
I myself have become integrated into the community in ways I never really expected to.
Most recently, we've gotten involved in the West End's community garden and have been enjoying working with other families to grow our own fruits and vegetables.
Maybe one night I want to just sit on my porch and listen to the crickets, and then the next night I want to be in the middle of a striving city with people walking down the street from a theater. That to me is amazing, that you can kind of do that within 5 minutes drive of each other.
There seems to be a catalyst that's been sparked in the immediate neighborhood.
Good things are already happening, and I see more in the future.
Seeing how positive the neighborhood now is, I've come to really love Norristown.